Greetings, community. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. This is going to be a quick live today, y'all. Why is it important to raise your vibration? That's what we're going to talk about today. Why is it important to raise your vibration? Happy Tuesday. Jump in. We're going to talk about why is it important to raise your vibration. Why it's important. And before we jump in, my name is Jamisi Monroe. I am the CEO and owner of Kemunity Yoga. And I'm super excited to be here. At the end of this month, we will be offering a chakra juice fast. So if you're interested, click the link in the bio. This fast is going to be dedicated towards the 7 main chakras. We actually have more than 7 chakras. However, we focus on the 7 main chakras because the chakras are in alignment with the endocrine system. This is a holistic health and wellness company. And so we focus on all things health and wellness from an energetic perspective. We offer yoga, virtual yoga classes, sessions, meditation, virtual meditation sessions, and group fasting programs, a chakra group fasting program. So I'm super excited. Pre-register by clicking the link in the bio if you're interested in this group fast. This is the same fast that I use to eliminate cysts from my ovaries, to experience my greatest spiritual awakening, to experience what true self-love felt like coming from myself, and to experience another level of peace that I never experienced before. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. When you hop in, type in the comments what you are grateful for. Today, I am grateful for favor. Yeah, I think that's a good one. I'm grateful for favor. Yeah, that's what I'm grateful for, favor. Nonetheless, I hope that you all are having a wonderful day. You had a wonderful day today and you're having a wonderful evening. Today we're talking about why is it important to raise your vibration. So we're getting closer to the fast. We'll be closing the fast this week, the pre-registration this week, as we will be starting phase number 1 of the fast on this upcoming Sunday. So make sure that you register by clicking the link in the bio and putting your email in there and being on the lookout for some emails. So that, again, we will be closing pre-registration this week as we will be starting phase 1 this next week. So why is it important to raise your vibration? It's important to raise your vibration because we live in a heavy world. So you want to be light in a heavy world. You don't want to be heavy in a heavy world, because that means that you're operating as such. You're operating in heaviness. You're being weighed down by society. You're being weighed down by your mind. You're being weighed down by constructs, and the way of being in this society is not necessarily healthy. Especially if you're in the U.S., we are ranked at the top as being one of the most unhealthy countries in the world. So we got to get it together. Did you know that the number 1 killer in the U.S. is heart disease? Did you know that the number 1 group are African Americans, who are at a higher risk for heart disease than any other groups? Even out of that, did you know that Black women are ranked higher and have a higher risk for heart disease than anyone? That's a problem. So here at Kemunity Yoga, we focus on educating alternative ways to teach you how to become healthy and well from an alternative perspective. And we teach you that from energy, from an energetic perspective, a spiritual perspective. In Western society, we only focus on physical and the symptoms of dis-ease. But there's more to that. It's not just the symptoms, and it's not the physical issues. We have to get to the root of the problem. Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual are interdependent of each other. You cannot have one without the other. So you cannot just focus on one aspect of yourself, because you're not just body. Your mind and your spirit. So you have to focus on all of them to get to the root problem of what's going on. And that's what we do here at Kemunity Yoga. We focus on the whole person. the holistic person, the whole self. That's what we focus on. We look at the emotional, the energetic, spiritual, the mental, the physical. We look at all of that to figure out what's really going on, what's really good. What is really good. And I just started going, y'all. But yeah, so why is it important to raise your vibration? Because we're in a heavy world. And we have work to do in this world. We have people to help. And we got the frequency to raise on this planet. And so in order for us to do that, we must be well first. You know, everything will always start with home. It will start with self first. So if I can activate the healer in you, then that means there's more people that can assist in bringing healing to our people, to our communities. And that's what I'm all about. Bringing healing to our communities. Because it's necessary for us to be healthy and well. You know, we're in a time where 50s, 60s, 70s, we're passing away from health issues at that age, and that is super young. We practice longevity, and longevity, at least on our part, is what we put in our body, what we feed our minds, our spirits. Is how we take care of ourselves. Longevity is important, and we want to change that narrative. We want to change the trajectory of our community, our people passing away at a young age. And we want to extend our life, like I said, at least on our end, for the part that we can partake in, for what we can control. We want to extend our lifespan. And we do that by taking care of ourselves, by being in our optimal health, you know, by being the best that we can be, being good in spirit. You know, it starts there. If you want to keep it 100, it starts there. You know, you can eat healthily, you can exercise, you can go to the gym, but if your spirit is not right, that's not going to work. Because that's going to create dis-ease. Like I said, everything's interdependent. So you cannot be healthy on the surface level and you're not healthy at the spirit, at your core. There's no longevity in that. There's no longevity in ugliness. You have to be, the ultimate goal in life is to be beautiful at the core. All the external stuff can fade away. That can fade away down the line. You know, that can change. Anything can happen. But at the core, at your spirit, that's what we need to be. We need to be working on. It's too many there's too much nastiness in the world, so we need to balance out the scales and make sure that we have more good in this world. And we do that by being healthy. We do that by putting good food in our body. Because when we eat good food, we're nourishing ourselves. When we're nourishing ourselves, we can see clearly. When we can see clearly, we are healthy. And when we're healthy, we can make a difference within ourselves, within our communities, within the world. You know, so you got to be healthy all around. And it takes time. It takes baby steps. But raising your vibration is so important. Turning up the light within you is important. You have the ability to turn up the light. We all have a light within us. Some of us may not have experienced their light before. Some of us, our lights are just dimmed and just needs a little spark and needs a little boost. And some of us have a natural light, and it still needs to be turned up, because at the end of the day, we have to come together and be the best that we can be, so that we can provide more harmony in this world, because there's just a lot of disharmony that we're experiencing. And there's a spiritual war going on. I'm just keeping 100 with you. It's a spiritual war going on, and we have to make sure that we are equipped with everything that's going to be thrown at us. And we have to be mindful of the changes that are happening in society, and we must keep up with the changes. We cannot be left behind. We will not be left behind, and we shall not be left behind. There's too many changes happening behind the scenes, and it's important for us to be aware and to be in the know. But we got to start by what we put in our body. What we put in our body, what we consume through our eyes, consume through our ears, what we spew out of our mouth. We got to make sure that we are in alignment with self. We got to make sure that we're in alignment so that we can operate in our best self and our highest self. We want to operate in our highest vibration. We want to be in our, as much as possible as we can. We want to be in as our highest self, because there's so much work that we have to do in this world. And think about it, at the end of the day, we all have a contribution to this world. And I want you to know that never think, this is a tangent, y'all. Y'all know I like to go on tangents real quick. Never think that whatever it is that was planted in your heart, that there's so many people that's doing it. If that ever crossed your mind, erase that. If it ever crossed your mind that, man, I can't do this because there's so many people doing it, erase that. I want you to erase that, because just because 1 million people are doing what you want to do does not mean that you weren't called to do it. Like I said yesterday, nobody has the sauce that like you to provide it to us the way that we need to receive it. Nobody is like you. You're the only person in this world that can give it to us like we need it. So it doesn't matter if 1 million people are doing something that you want to do. You have a uniqueness about you that you can provide to this world, and only you can provide it. So get in that purpose. Lean into those gifts and skills. I want to encourage you to just do it. That's easier said than done. I know that. Trust me, I do. But at least start moving towards it. But it's important to raise our vibration because of what we are up against, y'all. It's important for us to, and it may not make sense to you now. Let me back up. What I'm saying right now may not make sense, but it will make sense in a few years. It will. And you'll come back to this live and you'll remember this. Like, dang, I didn't know what Jamisi was talking about back then, but I get it now. It'll make sense. Sometimes I can be too much in the future. I got to reel it back in. So I'm reeling it back in, And, yeah. So nonetheless, the way we're going to be eating is going to change. The food that we consume, we are leaning plant-based, and I'm not pushing my beliefs or anything onto y'all, but like eating lighter. Let me just say that eating lighter is going to be the best thing that we can do for ourselves in the upcoming years. The eating lighter, even if you do it every so often, every few months, where you do the reset. Again, I do this fast every 3 to 4 months, and it's a great way for me to reset. It helps me get in my light body and my light energy. It provides extreme clarity, extreme awareness, and it helps with direction. And it helps reset you and bring you back into alignment. And it's important for us to make sure that we have some type of system and routine in a place that we can lean on to when we feel ourselves out of alignment. So that's why this system is in place. And that's why I encourage you all to join this system, this program that I created. Because I want you to have something that you can lean on, that you can refer to, you can reference when you feel out of alignment with self. Versus you trying different types of fad diets and anything that popped up on social media, or wherever, what have you, on commercials, all of these trendy types of diets, instead of just hopping to different types of diets because influencers and celebrities are using them. Have a system in place. Have a system in place where it's like, we're not going to be reactive. You're going to be proactive because you already have a system in place. You know that every 3 months that you will be doing this program. Once you have access to it, you have access to it. That's the beauty of it. So you can always go back and go in and follow the same program every 3 months. So you are being proactive and you're staying on top of your health. You're making sure you're in alignment. You're making sure that you're healthy all around. That's what's important. Like when the pandemic hit and, COVID-19 and all of that, we saw it with our eyes that how it impacted our people, our community, how it impacted the world. Everything was shown to us in health. And if you wanted to know if you were truly healthy, if you got that COVID-19, the way you could have determined how healthy you were is how fast you bounced back from it. And I know that's a very risque statement that I just made, but that's how you were able to identify the status of your health, because apparently it was no joke, So we want to make sure that we take care of ourselves. And if that wasn't a wake-up call, then I don't know what was. And I'm so happy that a lot of people were leaning more towards learning about natural foods and growing their foods and getting into herbs and other healing types of foods and what have you. That was a wonderful thing during the pandemic, just to see so many people just leaning towards natural things, I thought that was amazing. I think it's amazing. And I think that that's where the world is shifting to more natural foods, for more natural products, for more natural ways. Natural, organic, healthy. We became more health conscious during the duration of the beginning of the pandemic. Within the first couple of years, we became more health conscious. And that everything happens for a reason. That happened for a reason. Everyone learning about health on a different level happened for a reason. Consciously and collectively, we all started to look more into how to be well alternatively. Not what the doctors are saying, not what they're prescribing, So that was pretty cool. Nonetheless, it's important for us to raise our vibration so that we can be healthy. It's important for us to be healthy so that we can be in our purpose. It's important for us to be in our purpose so that we can make a difference in this world. It's important for us to make a difference in this world so that we can leave this world a little better than it was before we came. And it's important for us to leave our legacy and our mark on this world. We have a duty and a responsibility. And it's up to you. It's up to you to fulfill that. And while you're on this journey of evolution, you will learn, you'll grow, you'll evolve. Your dreams will change, your goals will change. But the purpose will always be the same. You just may get to the destination with a different direction or different route. That's all. So it's important for us to raise our vibration, y'all, so that we can set the example for the generations to come after us, because we are changing the trajectory of our community, of our society, of our world. We are changing the narrative, and it all starts with us. It starts with self at home base, and it starts with our collective consciousness, our community. So that's all that I have for y'all. We'll be going live every day now until January 1st, just to put out good vibes, to enlighten, to empower, and to just prepare our mind, body, and spirit for the new year. So again, we are offering pre-registration for the Chakra Juice Fast that we will be starting soon. So click the link in the bio to pre-register for the Chakra Juice Fast today. So that is all that I have for y'all. Have a phenomenal evening and a great rest of your week. TTYL.